something nice, which was great. But then it's like, you inspired me to start a podcast. I was like, that's not the fucking point.
Wait, which one was this on?
He responded to me saying like, "Oh, thank you, we appreciate it."
Oh, I
He was like,
know.
no problem, bro. You guys inspired me to start my own. I was like, that's
what it's about,
That's
baby.
not a compliment in itself.
How?
If somebody told you that you inspired them to start fighting, the way I take it is, you suck ass enough to where I think I could do this. That's what I think.
No, I think that you're looking at things negatively, you piece of shit. That's what I think.
Don't think that you can do what I can do. Why is that allowed?
No, because he's like, this is funny and it's good, and they just started out and it's enjoyable. Maybe I can do it. Glass half full, brother.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. I was on a whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie. I was on a hiatus from stand-up.
Okay.
Because I was focused on my career. I'm going to make it. I'm going to grind to the top of the corporate ladder.
Fuck yeah. That's the way.
Then things started falling apart. Recession, downfall, interest rates. So finally I went, what do I do? And I thought maybe I should go back to stand-up. So I went to see at a theater in Seattle. I flagged it because I'm going to beep the name.
Oh, okay.
And I was watching him at the theater, and that's what inspired me to get back into stand-up. Because I thought, if this nigga can do a theater, why can't I? So I thought he was ass, which made me think I could do it again. So, roles reversed, makes sense that I think this.
Yeah, that's just because that's how you are. Just a piece of shit.
I think I'm reasonable. I don't know what to
No,
tell
I
you.
get it. I get what you're saying. When I see somebody perform really, really badly at a high level, I'm like, if I was in there.
That's why you didn't have us come to your fights, because I would have started fighting. I would have started fighting.
Fuck you.
You know what pisses me off about you is that whenever I say, I might get into jiu-jitsu one day, you always go, fucking good luck. You still won't be able to beat me. Which, if I were to get to the point where I'm a black belt, with your current knowledge base, there's no way that you beat me.
But if I knew you were training, I would immediately dedicate my entire life
Why does me doing something see what I'm
keep
talking about?
The gap.
You see what's bullshit?
No,
you see why
I
it's
gotta keep
offensive?
the gap.
Is niggas think that because I do something, they can fucking take me out.
I'm comfortable in this friend group. I feel like I can have my way with all you guys in close quarters, and that makes me feel good.
Until I learn Darce chokes, and then you're fucking done for.
Your best move is going to be the walrus, where you just lay on people and they can't move. That's going to be your go-to thing. I don't think jiu-jitsu is really your...
Yeah, I'm going to knock you out of those fucking leather sandals. That's what I'm going to do.
You're going to need an extra large black belt to get it all the way around your waist, brother.
I'll tie them together. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, you're going to look like Steven Seagal in a gi.
I'm going to collar choke you.
Please clip a picture of Steven Seagal in a gi. And he's bald too. So, dude, you guys are actually similar. You're a collar choke.
I love that your fucking coat is right up against the microphone.
Sorry. It's a puffer.
You ruin the podcast production every time.
I was looking at my silhouette in this puffer, and you know who I thought of?
Who?
You.
Why?
Fat.
Welcome to the Unpleasant Podcast. I'm Chase.
I'm Cameron. It's been 2 weeks.
No, they don't know that.
They know now.
But they didn't, because there's been an
2
episode
whole weeks.
the past 2 weeks. We had one in the tuck. You didn't know.
But
now
was,
you know.
Yeah, it was in reserve, so it wasn't like timeline.
Yeah, you didn't know because you're never here.
We cheated on you.
Wow, that's spicy. So what did you do in the past 2 weeks?
We did something together, and that I was looking forward to talking about, but you bailed on the last podcast. But we went to our friend's birthday party.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We went to Topgolf to celebrate our friend turning 30. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You have enough of these in your lifetime. As a man, you're supposed to have, what, 75?
Which birthdays do you think
Who gives a fuck anymore?
are the most important?
The even numbers.
So 30.
Decades, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s. Wait, is he turning 29? I think he's turning 29.
You
He is 29. But also, who gives a fuck anyway? I don't care about birthdays in general.
Okay.
Because you have so many of them. Congratulations, you were born on this day. If you put one person in a room with 364 other people, surprise, odds are you most likely share the birthday with somebody else.
You know what? I agree with you on this.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But I think it's important to take time to celebrate if you can find time. And the even numbers are good.
Yeah, I feel like it gets to the point for me where I almost become a hipster to birthdays, to where people are like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit about my birthdays don't matter.
You're anti-birthday.
I try extra hard on my own birthday to prove the point that birthdays don't matter. But I'd be like, don't even get me a cupcake.
And you're the winner at the end of that, right?
I am.
Because you just had no fun.
Yeah. I just sit in the house and I just stare at the wall and go, yeah, this is my birthday. I'm not enjoying shit. It's a normal day.
This will show them.
This will show them. Nobody got me a present. This will show them.
So we all met at a bar before we went to Topgolf first.
Yes,
and
we did.
I already could tell that's where our friend was going to have a really long night.
Why?
Because he was downing alcohol left and right.
Oh, was he? I
Yeah.
didn't pay attention like that.
Yeah. Well, you got there late.
I got there 15 minutes late, and let me tell you this.
What?
It's not from my own doing. When you live with a woman, they tend to be late somehow. Even when you agree on the time you want to leave, doesn't matter. You'll still be late. Because outfit changes, makeup, getting the dogs ready. I can't do it in an allotted time frame. Wah.
So I just agree with you before, right?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to disagree with you.
What?
So,
Why?
so you think all the societal pressure making women have to be all nice and pretty for
Get
you?
your coat off the mic.
My coat's not touching the mic. That's also friend's shirt. Friend's shirt. Anyways, do all the societal pressure making women have to get nice and pretty for you, for us men,
Okay.
and you're complaining about her? Jesus Christ, you're complaining about her being late.
You don't believe in your own point.
I don't.
You don't.
She's trying to look pretty for you.
That's fine. Do it on time.
What if it takes a little longer?
Because
for some
then-
people?
Because then I got to fucking hear it when I show up when it wasn't my doing. And the part that grinds my gears is that we'll discuss a time. Let's say we're leaving at 4. Okay. I'll get ready at 3:45 because it takes me 15 minutes to be ready to be out the house. All I got to do is put on a shirt and socks and pants and we're good.
You don't ever take time to try to like put an outfit together or like clean your face up?
Well,
or
I think about what the outfit will be before I start putting it on.
What about if you have an occasion? Do you shave or like trim up? And
Most of the time I cut my hair on a regular basis. So around the weekend, like today or yesterday I cut it. And I cut it every single weekend when we're doing stuff. So I already am trimmed. I'm ready to go.
okay.
Only thing I got to do is change my clothes. I already thought of the outfit earlier in the day because I know that we're leaving, so I know what to grab. So I'm ready in 15 minutes. But she'll come downstairs. It's 3:40. I still got 5 more minutes on my clock until I'm ready to get ready. And she'll be like, "Can you like get ready? Can you hurry?" And she comes in the voice where she's like, "We're running late, even though we're on time. Can you get dressed? I want to be ready at 4." And then I get rushed. I go upstairs. I get ready. I come down 5 minutes early because I started 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
And then I get the dogs ready. Everything's ready to go. All of a sudden, she's not ready. Huh. Somebody explain that.
I have a solution to this.
Hit her?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
I have an actual solution.
Yeah.
This is what I do. Lie. It's the best. So I don't ever tell her what time we actually have to be there. If it's 6 o'clock, I say 5:30. So
What kind of life do you guys live?
this is standard practice. This is just for everyone universal. This is what you should do. If you're both getting ready to go out, tell her half an hour sooner than you actually need to be there.
But the issue lies in the fact that she, most of the time, is the one that will.
Coordinate.
Yeah. So it's hard.
Yeah.
I
But
can't
dude, I'm
really
telling
lie
you, it
to
works.
her. Because she'll check the traffic and then be like, we got to be out of the house by X time. So.
And then she's never out of the house at X time.
No, never.
We were talking about when we were at the table, like what you guys are like, how you guys are dealing with the fact that you're late. Like how
I was
You
fine.
handle it because you rage on everything.
I was fine because I knew that the table was reserved at a certain time. It's not a plan that needed us to be there at that exact time. It was reserve the table, people show up, we drink, and then we go to the activity.
Mhm.
If I was late to the activity, that's a different story. So I didn't feel the pressure to show up exactly on time, and I knew that it wasn't my fault, so I could rest and live with it.
All right. So we showed up.
Yeah, and
You
then
showed
people
up.
showed up after us
Yeah.
too. So
Did you even know their names?
no.
Yeah.
No,
They
what
don't matter.
what are your thoughts on that mixing the friend groups in for a birthday?
I like it. I like it because it's like different people that you're not always around. So it's not like the same old, same old. There's new people to.
Did you interact with anybody that you don't interact with on a regular basis at that party? Because I'll tell you right now from observing, no, you didn't.
No, I actually did.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, him and I talked about.
Oh, that's okay. That's
I don't
fine.
interact with them regularly.
Yeah,
it was
but
nice
that,
to guy. I
that
realized I
doesn't
like him.
even count to me because that's
How?
within the party broke up into two different sections.
Okay.
I sound like you.
Indian. That's not.
Yeah, right on top of a bus, smelly nigga. So broke into two different sections with our group that we usually hang out with, and then the group of, shall we say,
So like
como
fun.
se dice, yellows, all hung out in a different section.
Can't do that.
So it just was split. Which, I mean, obviously, as the person that's holding the party, who gives a fuck? You want your friends around. You're doing your thing. That's what's important. But also, it's like water and oil. Some groups just don't blend together.
Okay. You're not talking about the texture of their skin.
No,
Oh, okay.
I wasn't. But speaking of racism, one absolute banger that I had, which makes me realize I'm equally racist to everybody. I make jokes about every single race. We're all, because I have friends of every single race, right?
Yeah.
Right? You Persian. I got a joke about you that's a fucking banger that's been working great. I can't wait for you to hear.
I got a joke for you too. This podcast.
No, but I wrote it out and I performed
too.
it though. No, you don't.
All right.
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
And I realized that I will openly approach my friends like this without thinking about the context of the situation. So we sang happy birthday to this friend. Everyone stopped to focus on him. There's probably 15 of us around him singing. And I said, happy birthday, dear Ling Ling,
Yeah.
because the friend is Asian. I do this all the time to him.
What else
No,
would you
nobody flinches.
Yeah.
But I forget that I'm around a bunch of other Asian people that I don't know. And they definitely heard it. And Natalie talked to her friend Dave, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Like, hopefully it wasn't loud. And Dave was like, I definitely heard it. So, and nobody flinched because they knew better.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't step up to the God. I say what I want.
Ew. That reminds me of a quick story. We were all at a party, and it was like when we were in high school, and
Underage drinking, I could never.
and you were going at me, so I was going back at you. But we were, we had a couple drinks, and we weren't really thinking as coherently as we should have been.
Okay.
There was so many people there that didn't know us, didn't know our humor, didn't know like the way you and I banter.
What'd you say?
Some hard stuff.
What'd you say?
Some hard stuff.
Let's hear it.
Hard stuff.
And
And
that
there's
does that have to do with one letter of the alphabet
no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
that's towards the end?
No clue. I wouldn't know. Hard
Is
stuff
it
though.
between Q and S?
I've never said it.
Okay. Anyway,
I actually don't know the order of the alphabet, so you threw me off. Like Q and S. Yeah, and I went at you, and then peripherally, I saw the reaction of the people's faces who were there. You could bleep this name specifically.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway, keep
She
going.
was
yeah.
Bro, mortified.
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 Good shit.
And I was like, that'll probably come up at some point in my life and destroy everything I've worked for. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on that.
Yeah, you fucked up. And you were fucked up at the party, by the way. Me and Natalie ended up doing edibles and mixing it with drinking. Holy shit, I was on a different planet.
At Topgolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were also on a different planet.
Please.
And I know this because Natalie said, I had to write it down, the
Yeah.
quote exactly,
Yeah.
because she walked up to you and she said, I feel like I'm not here. Like
I
she
know
was
where
so
this-
fucked up. And then you said to her, I feel like I'm here twice. What the fuck does that mean? Holy shit.
I'm so glad. I totally forgot that. I'm so glad you wrote that down. So what I meant in the moment was, and I remember this exactly. She said that, and then I thought about what she said, and I was like, I'm here twice. And what that felt like was that I was there, like literally there,
Uh-huh.
and then I was also somewhere over here seeing how I was there, but over here was still there.
I felt great while we were there. I was on one. I was swinging the
Yeah.
golf club. I was like, woo!
You're playing well.
Yeah. And then I got in the car. I didn't get in the car. I didn't drive. I did not drive.
Yeah, we would never.
So while I was on the road,
You Ubered to Canada.
yeah, as my Uber driver was taking us home in my car, I was like, this is different. I feel like I'm here twice. Meaning my car's about to be split in half once I crash it, because holy shit.
Yes, sir.
It's one of those things where you don't realize how down bad you are until you're in the situation.
Yeah.
I was fully focused. I was probably sitting forward in the car, just like, I don't know if we're going to make it home unless I kind of lock in right here.
The scariest thing about, and this is just from stories I've heard, strictly
Yeah, strictly.
Bitch.
Yeah. None of these are first-hand experiences.
people who have drove high have
Yeah.
told me, they reach out to
Yeah,
me and
they
talk
reach
to me.
out in the forms of letters and mail by pigeon.
They reach out to me and they say shit like, this is the scariest part, is they get in the car and they start driving and they don't know how they got from, like, let's say home is like point C.
Yeah.
They don't know how they went from A to B and then ended up at C. Like, they're just realizing where they are.
Yeah.
That's the scariest part, because you're literally operating a 1-ton vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And you're just like, oh, I'm here.
that
I'm in the middle of a turn on the freeway.
happened to a friend of mine. He's very similar to me, same height, same color, same person. And
Ew.
this was the first time that my friend, myself, got high. Or one of the first times.
Uh-huh.
Go to McDonald's. The drive to McDonald's, don't really recall. I just woke up in line. and I'm ordering. He's ordering. And
Right.
it feels like he's not even talking. It's just happening, and he's sitting as a spectator watching his life play out.
Yeah.
And after he ordered, about to pull up to the window, playing music, and he could hear the colors of the song. That's how high. There were
What?
certain beats that were hitting green and others that were hitting red.
Wow.
Different planet.
That's crazy. I've never had that. Yeah, it's weird how
Well, I've never had that either.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
weird how you were so intimately involved in your friend's process there. Like, you
Yeah.
knew the details and stuff.
Yeah, it was like, have you ever, it's like our periods were synced up. We were just the same
Ah.
person that day,
Got
but
it.
also not the same person at all, not even a little.
Do you think for dudes just like boners sync up?
Probably an orgy.
Okay, hold on. Where's the weirdest place you've ever edged?
Church.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Bro, there has to be some really weird places where guys have edged before. Like, what do you think the weirdest, like, genuinely would be? I have one.
Go.
Funeral.
I was gonna say betting on like a Greyhound race. It's an odd place to do it.
Horse stables.
But then again, the race is exciting. So
It is.
I can see a world where you want to bust a nut, but then your dog loses and you're like, oh. That doesn't jolly me off.
Or, bro.
Jolly me off.
Yeah, that was.
Bombing. He's bombing.
We're out of practice.
Boom.
There was a thing an article I saw a while ago about how, I can't remember the percentage, but a lot of bodies that come out of a morgue to be buried have
Are still warm and hot.
DNA remnants of.
Fuck. Not
yeah.
even close.
No.
DNA
People-
remnants of.
Be skeptical of people who
jisms.
work there.
Okay.
is all I'm saying.
So you're telling me that the donuts are coming into the factory
Cold.
just regular glazed, but they're leaving jelly filled.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
a great analogy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind blowing,
Yes, sir.
but also understandable. So anyway,
I have 6 applications out to the local morgues in the area. I'm trying to
talk
work.
about a dream job. In this time frame where we weren't talking, being friends, hanging out, even being homies, even a little bit,
Yeah.
I witnessed something that pulled at my heartstrings. There was a bird
Mm-hmm.
that was injured
Mm-hmm.
here in my housing complex.
Okay.
It was under a bush outside our front door. Natalie goes to take the dogs out. One of the dogs sniffs him out, grabs him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, not enough to where it killed him or significantly injured him. I think he was already injured.
That's
as
a
is.
blender.
Yeah.
He got
And
put in a blender, brother.
Natalie goes, "Oh no, muy pequeño," and pulls him away. Breaks free, bird flies away. But then I saw it the next day,
Yeah.
and it's right across the street, just laying like against a garage. It's cold, it's raining, the bird can't fly. It's just
Fuck.
And so I was like, what do I do here? I don't know what to. I've never handled a bird, so I called my mom, because that's what you do as a 28-year-old man that has to make tough decisions. Is you call your mommy, and I go, "Mom, what do I do here?" And she tells me, "Well, when a bird gets injured at our house, she has multiple cats and dogs. When a bird gets injured at our house, your stepdad usually just takes care of it. I don't know what he does, but he'll go outside and then he'll come back and just sit down at dinner. He hits these birds with a shovel.
Oh,
This nigga is a fucking environmental mafia boss.
Jesus Christ.
Just how do you twist the head off a squirrel that your dog injured and then you just sit down and eat this vegan casserole?
It's someone who spent a lot of time at Home Depot.
Yeah, can you imagine murdering an innocent animal to put? I granted he's putting it out of its misery,
Right.
but I couldn't bring myself to do that, and that's what he suggested I do. Because I called my mom; she's on speakerphone, and she goes, "Why don't you just go out there and shoot it?"
So now your manhood is on the line.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I didn't do it. I'm a soy boy.
Yeah.
And also,
Yep.
when you think about
Cook.
it, how do I quietly kill that bird? I have to kill it in the street, in a townhouse complex where everybody can see me, and then
You're
I go
tripping.
back into my house.
You're tripping.
I'm
Just tiptoe over there and snap it
I
off.
mean, that is a good way to kind of set the standard of who runs this complex.
yeah.
Just twist the head off a pigeon and be like, see? Who's next?
Bro, you gotta go. You gotta walk up to it. Make sure all the neighbors are out,
Uh-huh.
or just like it's like a good time of day where people are coming home.
Yeah.
Walk up to the bird, look at it for a few seconds, pick it up, snap its neck in your hands. Don't let go yet,
Yeah.
and then just go like this.
Such a sense of relief. Oh, it felt so good.
Say something in Latin. Set the bird in the bush and just walk home. Calm.
There's kids and shit just
Just
on
smell
the
your
scooters.
hands.
Smell your hands. But then I ended up calling the pound. They had an automated voicemail because apparently these niggas are too good to help out. And there's like a bird flu going around that's highly contagious.
Mm-hmm.
So it just advised don't touch it. And one of the signs was loss of balance. And I saw the bird end up trying to get away, like fly away, but it kept falling over to one side.
And that's not because
That's
your
one of
dog
the signs.
blended it.
No, it's because I fucked it. And then it just was, that's when I realized I can't do anything. I just got to let it go.
So you didn't even put it out of its misery?
No.
You're terrible.
Well, God will do that. Nature.
Eventually,
Yeah.
it's going to get a slow, painful
It's
death.
probably,
disease.
if we're being honest, it's been 2 weeks. It's probably gone.
By now, maybe, but do you know those hours where bugs were eating at it and it was still alive? That's on you.
How's that on me?
Because God presented that to you, brother.
Time out. You were faced with the same situation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
You called the pound. You saw one just on the
Seems like he's
ground,
copying
injured.
my story, huh?
Yeah, he was jogging home. Saw him on the ground, injured. Call the pound.
Yep.
You got to go back and grab it, bring it to us. You didn't do that.
I was there the next day and didn't see it though.
Oh, the next day. That's so
Sorry.
many hours with the birds and the bugs eating at it, and that's on you.
Can I serve a hot dish of rebuttal right now?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm
So-
not hungry, but go ahead.
No, you're always hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, big. So I was fucking running. My route is 1 hour and 30 minutes long.
Excuse.
And in the first 15 minutes of my route, I see this goose. And I go,
Your first 15 minutes. So you were half a mile in.
yeah, probably. And
You had
I
time.
run slow.
That's the
And
joke.
That's the joke. Fuck you. So I saw the bird. I realized that its leg was messed up, but it was relatively healthy, and its partner bird was hanging out with it. So it's like they haven't broken up yet. That's a good sign. I see it. I clock the cross street, make my call as I'm running because I didn't stop, and that's what they said. I was, by the time they answered and I was done being on hold and I got a hold of someone, I was like another 20 minutes away.
Okay.
Probably 10, 15 minutes.
The most
maybe,
important
20
piece I
minutes.
took away from that was the partner bird was still with the injured bird.
Yeah.
I respect that because I wouldn't do that.
Natalie got hurt.
Natalie
broken
gets
foot.
paralyzed from the neck down. We'll fucking see you. Good luck.
Mm.
I don't know what to tell you.
No, you wouldn't leave. I know you.
Why would I stay? I would expect the same thing from her.
There's some perks.
You got an able body. Use it to walk out of my life.
There's some perks.
If I'm just here and I can't even use the doohickey on the side of my wheelchair, I got to use like the.
Yeah. Yeah, use your tongue.
It's time for you to go.
You just got to get really good at eating
You
box.
go have a good life. You go do your thing. You don't need to stay here with me.
You got to get good at eating box.
I mean, that's the one. That's the only thing you got left at that point.
100%. Yeah.
What else happened?
I got some.
Go.
So, and this is in the same night. So, we went ice skating.
Okay.
You bailed because you're a pussy.
Because I went to go visit my dad who has cancer. Continue.
He bailed because he's a pussy.
Hey, who's going to hell? It's hot down there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to hell.
It's gonna burn you right up.
So we went ice skating. By the way, don't go ice skating. How about that?
Did
Don't
it
go
suck?
ice skating.
It sucked.
So I think
Me and Natalie, when I got home.
I did great.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
believe so.
Ask
I've
anybody who was
I've
there.
seen your physical stature when it comes to sports. Besides fighting, you're incompetent. I got home, sat on the couch after visiting my dad with cancer that you just hated on, and I went, "Wow, I'm so glad I'm not ice skating right now." So tell us, how was it? What?
So we got there.
What was the experience?
It was busy as shit. And I
Lot of
go up.
whites?
I go up to the front counter, and there's 3 people with me, so it's
Yeah.
a double date.
Hell yeah!
And go up to the counter, and I say my foot size 12. Oh, we don't have shoes in that size.
Because men don't ice skate.
Okay, so what am I doing then? And they go, you got to wear the hockey shoes. And I guess they're pretty similar, but different. They don't have, for beginners, it's better to wear the actual regular shoes because they have like these teeth that help you stop and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Versus hockey, they're
They're
just
made for speed.
Right. And so I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take the hockey shoes because they're the only ones in my size. My feet are wide. Putting those bitch on genuinely hurt so bad. I didn't know it until I was out on the ice. And so they just did the Zamboni.
Okay.
Ice is slick as fuck. A whole group of people are all waiting there, and they rush through the entrance to get on the ice. This is I don't have a good memory of ever doing this before, so this is
Have
for
you
all
rollerbladed?
intents and purposes when I was
But it
in
was years ago,
elementary
most
school.
likely.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
So for all intents and purposes, this is my first time.
Okay.
We're all waiting. Everybody rushes onto the ice. I see my girl hops on the ice and starts fucking flying. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So
Well,
everyone's
she's
a profe-
Asian. Michelle Kwan.
Literally, I'm saying like doing spins. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Great.
So I get on. I'm thinking I'm gonna hold on to the.
She's doing spins. Time out. She's doing spins.
Yeah, like not like full blown professional.
Is like she skating, jumping up, doing a 360
No,
landing
no.
in like the pros, or she just like what
No, so as she was skating, she got like speed and was like weaving through people, and then
Oh, that
she like
pisses me off. Oh, and then she
Stop.
flipped around, and then she's skating backwards. Like,
yeah, yeah.
all right, bitch.
And I was surprised, but that's cool. David and his girl hopped on just fine, but they weren't,
They weren't good, but they were competent.
They're fine, yeah.
Were
And
you really competent?
I swear.
Okay.
Didn't fall once.
Okay.
I held the thing for a little bit, and then after like a minute, I just took off on my own.
Okay.
And then after like 5 minutes, I kind of felt like, okay, don't shift your weight back, keep your weight forward, and don't lift your feet off the ground if you're gonna evenly, and just like start gliding. So I got it down, and I sped up. I was weaving through people by the end of it, but the lady at the counter was like, when you fall, tuck your fingers. So this is my first time, and I'm like, this is what's going through my mind.
Oh.
I'm like, why?
That scares me.
And she was like, well, if you fall, it's crowded.
They'll cut your shit right off.
So I have that on my mind.
Oh, no.
And then my girl brings up a story that I actually remember about a hockey player who was playing hockey and got hit in the neck.
That was recently. He died.
He bled out and died.
Yes. He died like a couple weeks ago.
So I'm like, this is going to be a fun little on the ice. And now I'm like thinking my fucking phalanges are getting cut off and I might get my carotid artery poked out.
Yeah.
So I'm horrified. And I'm going. And there's these like sled things that younger people can use when they don't know yet.
It's like training wheels.
And a kid fell right in front of me.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. So she's split in two.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
So there's two of her now. No, but I barely avoided her without falling. It was so scary. And her face was towards me. Like I could have just.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And by the end of it, it went fine. I kept having to stop because my feet hurt, but I got all right, comfortable. And right before we left, someone fell. A girl fell and hit her teeth on the ice and started bleeding from her mouth. So all of us collectively were on the ice for like 15, 20 minutes. We're like, we're good.
Time.
We're good. Yeah. You didn't miss much.
Good. I'm glad because what?
One piece of this I didn't tell.
What?
We all got high before we went on the ice.
Oh, absolute disaster.
Which is...
absolute disaster.
I'm panicking.
Yeah, you're doing that for... this is an activity you're doing for the first time and then also around a bunch of people and kids. Nothing worse than being high around kids.
And also...
oh, my God.
Thinking about my fingers and
you're worried
my
about
face
getting your
up.
neck cut and kids are in the... kids fuck everything up.
Because Dave was like, prepare to fall. Like people, when they first start out, they typically will take a couple little tumbles. So
Has he gone before?
Fantastic, yeah.
Of course. What a cuck.
In a ballerina suit.
Yeah. what a fucking cuck. I've gone skiing plenty of times. It's not even skiing, it's ice skating. Who knows what it's called unless you're a woman. Anyway.
Wow.
Speaking of skating, men do skate 'cause hockey. Which I went to a hockey game.
That's right.
This week.
That's right, you did.
Let me tell you, it was quite the experience. So we went with Natalie's mother works for a big name company, and she works for a high up executive in said big company. That company has a suite at the games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say what company. Sue me. Do something about it. Idiot.
No one's there.
You're right. And so we ended up getting to hang out in the suite for the games. And that was a super cool experience. There's a bartender in each suite individually.
Mm-hmm.
There's food there. It went down to like there's little cookies and cake pops with the logo of the company on it. It's high-end shit.
Jesus.
Turns out it costs anywhere from like $10K to $50K to rent out a suite on a regular basis. So they're just blowing money. And
for the night?
Yes.
Holy
for that
fuck.
event.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I got to hang around this high-end executive dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a weird experience, but I kind of feel bad for people with money now.
Why?
So I was talking to him. And granted, it's small talk, casual, like, it's still kind of business, whatever. So it's for work, so I can't fuck around. And it's like not even my job, so I'm trying to like hold it together and not go too hard.
Yeah.
Joking around. But the conversation was terrible. About where are you from? And then we talked about Olympia for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And just nothing there. Nothing funny from him. No substance whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I realized that it's like that because he is in a position of power and he has money. People are scared of talking to him. So that's all he gets the whole time through. He doesn't have any other actual life experience. Like, they have so much money, they've isolated themselves from real life. They don't have any
That's why
significant hardships.
I bet he would have loved it if you were just yourself.
Probably.
He would have been like, what a breath of fresh air. This guy doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but you
Or
can't
he's
really
stupid.
just go to a suite full of white people that you don't know. You're a guest there for somebody that's employed with that company and then just start slinging dick jokes. I did what I could within the rules. I was still bobbing
got
and
any
weaving.
wieners in there?
I got a couple hee-hees, hoo-hoos with
Okay.
what I was doing. I was moving my shoulders.
Hey.
But
Uh-oh.
overall, yeah, it was a super cool experience to see what people with money live like, but also miserable if you're doing that every day. Because there was one point, suite is separate from where the game is. So there's a tunnel you go through, and then we're sitting in a private box for the game. Halftime rolls around, one of the players throws a hockey puck over the glass, and Natalie's dad catches it.
Oh.
But then we're in there with kids.
Uh-huh.
So then he got pressured by Natalie's mom to give the puck to one of the kids.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And normally you think that's the right thing to do because it's a kid. Like, yeah, sure, kid, you have it. You like it more than me.
Fight
it's a
me
kid
for it.
in a private box.
Yeah.
So how many more opportunities is this little fuck gonna get to catch a puck? Probably a billion.
Yeah.
How many times does Natalie's dad get an opportunity to catch a puck? Not many.
Right. I'm with you on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
That kid's
those
gonna be
kids.
fucked because if that's his baseline for a good time is sitting in a private box after being in a suite, your life is gonna be shit after that.
Yeah. Give me his name and address. You said you were in a private box?
Yeah.
Jesus. I've
Yes,
wait,
it
the
was
only
his
time-
family in a private box. They have stupid money. I'm having small talk with a man that owns a private jet.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. The only time I've ever been in like a private box is when I hung out with your mom one-on-one. All right.
See, that does nothing for me. I've heard so many variations of this joke. I'm sick of it at this point. Get a different fucking joke.
I'm going to run it to
It's
not
over.
just into the ground. I'm going to keep digging. I'm taking this
Yeah,
with
you run
me
a
to
lot
death.
of stuff into the ground. Jokes, planes.
Into buildings, you mean? Why would I hit the ground? I'm not killing a good number of people that way.
You get 72 versions either way, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'm not like religious though.
Whatever. Anyway, I will say that once Natalie's dad had to hand the puck over,
Yeah.
he just turned to me quietly, just the two of us. He goes, "I'm hating life right now."
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. So I got assaulted by 2 homeless people, sort of. The same night we were done ice skating, we were driving around. We were enjoying ourselves. We had some snacks on us. We're at a red light, and the cars aren't moving. And there were some bigger cars in front of me, so I couldn't see what the obstruction was.
Wait.
And
You're at a red light, but the car's not moving. That's what
Sorry.
they're supposed to do.
we were at a red light. The light turned green.
Okay.
My apologies.
Okay.
Good catch. And the cars weren't moving. That's what the cars are supposed to.
You're so
That's the
high
rule.
that you're like, "What's going on? Why is everyone stopped?"
I've done shit like that before. Get mad at traffic for just like following normal rules. So the cars, it turned green and the cars weren't moving. And, we're in a different universe right now. So we're just like, what the fuck is going on? And the cars finally start moving, but they're like looping around something. And I wasn't able to see it clearly right away. But then once enough cars moved, just like in the movies, it felt like a movie scene, maybe because I was so up there. This angry homeless dude is just walking straight at our car. Just not like a straight beeline. And so I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking on something for sure. So I go around him, but he continues to like stay in front of the car. He like veers to stay in front of us. So I'm
so
like,
you're trying to get out of the way. He's trying to get in your way.
right. And at some point, I can't go too far into this lane because there were other cars
Yeah.
coming. So I'm just like, I'm going.
It is what it is.
I'm far enough.
A
hopefully.
speed bump. A smelly, dirty speed bump. What? I called it like I sees it.
Yeah, and you're right. That thing would have turned to dust as soon as I touched
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So as soon as I'm about to pass him, he's very close to the car and he screams at us and then punches the side mirror. And
You
like
gotta get out and send that nigga to hell.
as we're driving by. So like now I'm past him and he just punched the side mirror and the side mirror like closed.
Oh, did it break?
No.
Okay.
But it closed.
Okay.
And Tracy sitting next to me, she's like, don't. And I'm like,
No, you gotta get out and fold that nigga like the side mirror.
it bothered me, but I was like, he's so clearly on bath salts.
That might have been a tough matchup.
It's a tough matchup. And like the mirror's okay. We're okay. I'm already past him. I'll just keep going. I
you're
think that was
not
the right
okay.
mature call.
You're a grown man who has road rage and a broken family, and you need to take it out on this homeless man.
I hate my life.
You need to hit him with a house and a car. Just bada bing, bada boom. Send that nigga to the infirmary.
Well, so it's not over yet.
Okay.
So he hits the side mirror and she's like, don't. We're good.
Hold
Don't.
it in.
And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. That's not a big deal. I don't need to. Nothing happened. We roll the window down. We fix the mirror. Everything's all good. And we drive off. Then we go to a grocery store that was open late, and we're gonna pick some stuff up to take home. And I had to parallel park. And we were talking earlier about
How bad your driving is?
when you're. And this isn't about me now. This is someone else again.
Oh, yeah. This is a story about a completely different person.
Someone hopped in the car while this was
Yeah, it's
happening.
an example. It's not a real thing.
Yeah, and we don't condone
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So somebody was trying to park your car high, parallel park it. It was you. But it wasn't you at the same
Right,
time. It was
right.
your friend.
And a homeless dude walks up. Another
Different guy.
homeless dude.
And then punches the mirror open.
To this, so
The
my
other
side
mirror.
now. And he's towards the back end of the car, and he's just hitting the car, tapping on it over and over and again. Like over and over again. Like
And you're
you're
high
knocking on a
also.
door. And so I'm
my
like,
God.
I'm slowly pulling back to parallel park.
Yeah.
And I roll the window down because he's distracting me. And what the fuck are you doing hitting my car?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so now this is a second
Yeah,
incident.
so you're already souped up.
Now I have a little justified rage.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, get the fuck away from my car.
Okay.
And he reacted like he did not think someone was in the car. He was like stunned that I rolled the window down and stuck my head out. Like, there's a person in this? And he was
What?
like, yeah. And he like flinched back and was like, oh, I'm sorry. And as he was backing up, and I think I went to say, get the fuck away again. As he was backing up, I hit the car behind me.
Oh my God.
Because
Did you fuck it up?
not even a little bit. So there was no scratches. No.
Well, not you. You didn't hit the. Anyway.
so
No scratches.
and I'm sitting there and I like bottled rage because I at this point I still don't know if my car's fine, my car's not fine, but if my car's fine or if the car behind me is okay. The store has plenty of like big windows. I'm sure if someone's car, they could probably see it or they're on their way out. I'm like, Jesus. And then the guy, luckily he runs off and he listened to me, but I was just sitting there like straight face, just feeling the rage inside me while I'm high. This isn't me. It's someone else. And I finish parking. I get out and I check, and luckily
Dude,
there wasn't even a dent. There wasn't a scratch. There was nothing.
That is the worst time for all this stuff to happen.
Yeah.
That
To
is a
whoever we're
disaster.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that isn't you.
Yeah.
I hit somebody's mirror one time. It was my fucking birthday.
With your
This is
hand?
why I hate birthdays.
This is with your hand?
No,
Oh.
with my car.
Oh.
It was my birthday. I'm on the way to high school. I'm like, let me stop by Jack in the Box, give myself a little breakfast treat before I
This is
go
like a
to
year
school.
ago.
before I go and shoot the school up. So I'm on the way to school, and I got a nice new sweatshirt. It's my new birthday sweatshirt on. It's got white on it. I don't want to get ketchup or something on it. So I'm driving. I take the sweatshirt off, and the car veers to the right and hits a car that's parallel parked. Like our mirrors hit each other and explode. And
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
oh, fuck. And I straighten it. I'm like, oh, my God, what happened? And I get to school. I just did a hit and
Well,
run.
you didn't leave a note or anything?
I just did a hit and run. I was like, I don't know what to do. So then I called my mom. And she's like, you got to go back and leave a note with your number and stuff. So I drove back, left a note, all that. And then I got in trouble for this, for doing the right thing. I got in trouble. This bitch was like, you can't drive the car until you fix the mirror.
Bro.
There's 2 other mirrors that are, it's legal to drive with 1 mirror.
I'm surprised she didn't tell you to go hit the car with the shovel.
Yeah. And then my stepdad's like, why don't you just fucking shoot it? And then I had to pay for my mirror out of my birthday money and put it on myself. And I couldn't drive. I had to take the bus until the mirror got there. And it took like a week. This bitch used to make me drink skim milk. Fuck her! I hate my mom!
You know how I can tell you're spoiled?
That's the half white coming out.
You're spoiled.
Why?
Dude, I hate birthdays. Meanwhile, I had to pay for this with my birthday money. But you were always taken care of.
You act like I was getting a lot of money.
How much did you get?
Do you think
Alongside
I remember?
the X-
It's
yeah.
so much money I can't remember. Stupid.
Alongside the Xbox,
Get your bands up.
the new bike, fucking everything
Those
you wanted.
were different years.
Well, I was having a debate with my friend, and this is how it started out. We're on the phone, and he told me this. For some reason, this story made me laugh so hard. He was at a bachelor party, and they were all at Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
And he got in the water because he really had to pee, and he was too far away from a bathroom.
Yeah.
So you get in the water.
Okay.
The thing that his friends were making fun of him for was that he got in the water, and when he went to go pee, he pulled his trunks down.
What?
So my question for you is, if you're getting in the water to pee, are you pissing through your trunks, or are you pulling them down to pee like a gentleman?
Through the trunks. Also, in what way did he pull them down?
Like he pulled them down like you would normally at a urinal.
Okay. I'm thinking, like, did he reveal the cheeks?
I don't know.
Because that would make sense. You got your butt cheeks out in the lake. That's crazy. Why would you pull them down? What does it matter? You're in the water.
That's the question. If you're in the water, are you pulling your pants down to pee?
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Because if everything is submerged
Yeah.
and you're pulling them down like regular, you're still just covering all the water around you in
Right.
piss.
Right.
You're just surrounding yourself with piss. What is the difference between that and then having your shorts on and just submersing yourself in piss?
So you're keeping them on?
It's piss either way.
Wow, we're in different stances on this then.
You would pull them down?
I swear.
Go fuck yourself.
No, dude.
I'm tired of having this stupid debate
I'm
with
not
you
even lying.
because you're an irrational, weird piece of fuck. I'm sick of this. I'm just simply fed up. You keep them up. Everyone keeps your shorts up when you pee.
But okay, let's say if
In the
you're-
pool.
If you're just getting in the pee, in a pool, in a lake,
Why are you
whatever.
doing the extra step for the same exact result?
I get you, but isn't there something a little more gross about harboring all the piss in your shorts? I know it gets
No,
washed out.
I think it's grosser to even more so expose your open dick to the lake.
it's already exposed.
I know, but if it's
Tomatoes,
out,
tomatoes.
there's a level. Yes, the water's obviously getting inside,
on.
but there's a level of protection. I'm worried about
From
the
what,
little,
kelp?
No, the little sea worm that flies up your pee hole and then impregnates you, and then you turn into an alien. Did you think of that, stupid idiot? No.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
Yeah. The flesh eating bacteria that manages to like tickle your ball sack, and next thing you know, you're in the hospital losing a limb. Think ahead.
My other issue is that I don't feel comfortable pissing with the pants up because it's like against my wiring. I'm so used to pulling my pants down to pee that I think I'd have a less comfortable piss just letting it out in my shorts.
No, it's a nice, unique feeling. Because you don't get to piss your pants on a regular basis. This is the one time you get to piss your pants and
Unless
it's okay.
you're homeless. But...
You just get to sit there and you go, wow, this is uncomfortable, but also kind of comfortable.
I just know that every inch of me just got covered in piss down there. And when the water's flowing through, yes, it's still in the
watch
same
this.
area, but it's...
Watch this. You pee inside the shorts. It's warm feeling. You know there's pee all around.
Yeah.
You walk 10 feet to the left. It's over. Completely different water.
All right.
And
But-
you just cleaned yourself in that process.
Or you could be a gentleman.
And
Don't disrespect your shorts. Pull your pants down, let it out, piss into the water, and then pull your shorts
also,
up. And
I
leave.
realized just now, I shouldn't be hearing the alternate side from somebody that can't swim. Don't talk to me about what you'll do in the water. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Have you ever wondered why I can't swim? Have you ever wondered why I don't swim?
Because they don't have clean water in Persia.
No, I don't swim because whenever we go to a pool, there's no more water left in it after you get in. Big boy, big teams,
Oh. Okay.
big man, waist on crazy.
Where are you from?
Biakan. Combination.
Oh, okay. Should we do segments now?
Yeah, we can. Did you have any other things you want to touch on? 2 weeks. I took up a little bit of time with that.
Oh, there was one thing, and I know that you're sick of these conversations, but I have to, we have to discuss what is the thing to do here.
Okay.
Bathroom gym etiquette, brother. I'm sorry. Usually, I'll give it to you. Yeah, naked guy, whatever. I go to pee, and I'm coming back, and I'm fucking going to wash my hands.
Mm-hmm.
There is an old man that is drying, 1 foot up on the counter, drying his balls with the hand dryer.
No towel on or anything?
No.
Okay.
There's a bunch of people in here, too.
Okay.
At what point can I say something?
What race?
Asian.
Figured. Did he have any swords laying around?
To me, it's one thing that you're naked and you're being old, whatever the fuck. But when your nut air is spreading across the bathroom,
Yeah.
I feel like I should be able to hit you
Yeah.
or say something at the very least.
There's a limit for what I'll allow.
What do you say in that scenario?
Cultural.
I didn't
stop.
say I didn't say anything. I just walked out.
Did you try stop? Because you could just be like, don't. This is too much.
Do you think that's the case? How would you approach it? Okay, imagine
Tamagotchi Toyota.
Imagine that I'm a small old Asian man drying my nuts,
Okay.
and you need to say something to me.
Am
So
I
the wind's
you or am I
blowing,
just me?
You're handle it how you would handle it.
Okay.
So the wind's blowing, and I'm just sitting there drying my nuts. Go ahead. Now approach me.
What am I? Hold on. Okay. So I'm in the locker room.
Yep.
I go to wash my hands.
Yep.
You're
Air's
right
blowing.
next to me. You know what I would do?
Yeah.
All right. So I would wash my hands. I would stand there for a second while he's doing this and just stare at him. Hopefully he can see me peripherally.
Uh-huh.
But I don't give him enough time to turn to me to see what I need or want.
Uh-huh.
And I just put my hands around his back so I can dry my hands
In front of his balls.
in front of his balls. Let all the
Oh my god.
let all the water go and just now what? I mean, what the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah, I think
That'll teach him a lesson. No
You're
words
right.
spoken. I don't need
should've
to know
made it-
fucking
I should have
Tamagotchi.
made it more uncomfortable for him.
Yeah. This is what you're doing. This isn't me.
Yeah, you know when you lightly tap somebody's back or to get them to move aside? Do that to his nutsack. Excuse me.
Hey.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Just get a little lift in there.
Yeah. And then you go, how are you doing? How's your day going?
Yeah. That's what I would do. I just ripped. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, do you know how upsetting it is that you fart into a chair that I paid for?
Yeah, this is my chair now.
So treat it with respect.
Nah. I'm going to rip. Whenever I have gas, and usually it's silent, but during the podcast, I fucking just let it rip. And I pray that it's loud enough for the mic to pick up. Pray. And
There's
before you
only-
get in here, sometimes when you're using the bathroom, I rub my butt in your mic.
There's only so many times I'm going to put up with this.
Yeah, then what?
I've been training.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see you when I
You're
hit
a
this
black belt.
Yeah. I'm going to hit you with a fucking Kimura. You're going to beg on your knees.
It's really, if I put that belt through the wash, it's a white belt. You're just grimy and brown. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
I did.
No.
All right.
I'm not going to. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of
Fatso.
defending you. Let's get into
If you lactated, would it be chocolate milk? Choco Milkies?
You know what's sad is somebody told my stepsister that brown cows produce chocolate milk, and she thought they were dead serious. I swear to God.
Brown cows?
Yes, produce chocolate milk. She really thought that.
So your grandma produces chocolate milk?
Listen.
Yeah, what's up?
You're riding a line that you don't want to cross.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You can't just say that about people's grandparents because yours are all dead in the fucking ground, deep, 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 near hell.
That's crazy to say about my
all
family.
Bones, and I play them like a xylophone.
That's a what? Fuck. Stutter butter.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nah. Your grandma's fucking big though, huh?
Yeah, but at least she's a living.
I mean,
oh, dead grandparents, loser. I do a Fortnite
Got
dance on their graves.
Got it. That's crazy. Here's the sound of her arteries. Ready?
Do you think your grandparents even have marked graves?
Yeah, dude.
No, they're just in some fucking sand lot in Yemen. I'm gonna be sitting there like this over the top of them.
That's so fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, how's that
dude.
feel, idiot?
How many graves do you think your grandma will need?
She'll need 2, but
Yup. One for both of her fucking giant floppy whale tits. And you know it. I know it. Areolas just cover half the circumference. You know it. I know it.
I have no frame of reference for your grandparents because they're just
you don't.
They're like the ghosts at Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
They just walk around like moaning Myrtle. I bet that's what your grandma's name was. I bet she fucked really good.
Dude, I can't believe you're just talking about my dead grandparents like that. You're like Kobe Covington right now.
I bet she was a squirter.
My grandma?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have liberty to say?
Oh my God. Okay. Segments. Shit. Oh. All right.
All right.
I'll start.
Yeah, hit him.
Draymond Green given indefinite suspension from the NBA after hitting an opponent in the face during a game. So Draymond Green has been indefinitely suspended by the NBA after striking Phoenix Suns center Yusuf Nurkic during the game this week, and the incident led to his 3rd ejection of the season.
Damn.
So I don't know if you've seen the clip, but Draymond strikes the dude in the face with his arm, like pretending like he's trying to sell a
The
foul.
arm hit the face?
Yes.
Okay.
So he swings back. Like he says he's trying to sell the foul, but it's clear that he was trying to swing on this dude. Gets ejected from the game. That was his 3rd ejection this season. And so the NBA decided to suspend him indefinitely. And they said in a statement that Wednesday night, they said, this outcome takes into account Green's repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts. So if you don't know Draymond Green, he's known for this shit.
Yeah.
He's been ejected 3 different times this season. One for throwing the punch at Yusuf. Wow. That's why I don't have a foreign fucking name. It's hard for me to say. So his recent ejections this season, where he threw a punch at Yusuf Nurkic and he put Rudy Gobert in a headlock in a different game.
That's not even hiding
in a headlock.
That's not hiding it. That's just straight up.
And then last season, another big one was during the playoffs, he stomped on Domantas Sabonis' chest. Fell on the ground.
These names are
getting
more wild, brother.
Yeah, exactly. See, isn't it? That's why I'm allowed to get angry. What are we talking about?
What was that last name?
Domantas Sabonis.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, and then he stabbed Heebie-Jeebies during the 3rd quarter.
It's a great band.
But yeah, so he has a history of doing this stuff, and even though it's very obvious when you look at the video that it was intentional in him hitting Yusuf Nurkic. He said, he said, when it comes to hitting Yusuf Nurkic, he said, I am not one to apologize for things I mean to do, but I do apologize to Yusuf because I didn't intend to hit him. I sell calls with my arms, so I was selling the call and I swung and unfortunately I hit him. I should add, he is 9 technical fouls away from setting the all-time record, which is held by Rasheed Wallace with 29.
And I don't want to mess with Rasheed. That dude is just, what is he?
Don't, you're not adding good context.
What a savage.
You know nothing about the sport.
No, but my thing with this is actually, I don't understand if no one's going to believe that story because of his track record, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's basketball. He knows he's going to get ejected. He knows he's probably going to get in trouble. Why does he keep doing this? You just like lack of control, or he doesn't want to play?
He's lack of self-control.
You don't think it's to get out the game? Like, 'cause he's not playing
think it's
well?
a lack of self-control. He's a very selfish dude. Because like this is a common occurrence for him. He's always every season getting thrown out of games. It's impacted the playoffs. Like he's got kicked or suspended for games because he reached his foul limit, the technical foul limit. You can have X amount per game or X amount per season, and then it gets to the point where like once you hit that threshold, you start getting suspended for games.
Would you consider him like a really good player
No,
technically?
he used to be, and now he's washed.
Because this
And-
feels like something you do to compensate for not
so
being good
what is
enough.
happening currently is the Warriors are struggling. All their previous superstars that won them the championship titles are starting to fade. They're getting older. They're just not able to produce as much, and their team is losing because of it. And they have a coach that was with them during that championship period, and he's scared to take those niggas out because he doesn't want the backlash from it if they start. Because they have some young, promising guys that are starting to – they need playing time to develop, and they're probably going to be the new face of the team and be the ones to carry them to any playoff success. Old guys aren't going to do it anymore, but because of the legacy that they've built, it's very difficult for him to sit them. And so Draymond knows that he's getting older and that he's not really contributing as much, and now he's just starting to become more and more of an issue. And this is not even accounted for the fact that they had a previous player, Jordan Poole. He's now on the Washington Wizards. He left the team after Draymond punched him in the face during a practice.
He assaults people at practice, too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's just all sorts of nonsense. And the one part about Draymond, I would be fine if he did the stuff like a man. The issue is he tries to hide all of these acts with like it's like a passive-aggressive way to do it. Like he'll hit somebody, but he'll flail to try and make like he didn't actually hit them. Like the way he stomped on Domantas Sabonis, he just like, after he jumps off of him, he like throws his arms up.
Yeah.
Just do it like a man. He's doing it like he's in a mosh pit where where they're throwing fists and they're not looking where they're hitting. They're just hoping to hit somebody. He's going out like a bitch.
Jesus. The one thing I could add to this is like if you had the ability to make other sports like hockey, where there's like a brief period of time where two people can just fucking take off the helmets or take off the gloves and just scrap, would you do that to basketball?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. There's been times where like somebody's talking shit and it's somebody you could beat up. You're like, come on, give me 30 seconds. Let me at him. Let me jack his dick in the short. What? Next topic. Also, we got to make this quick because we have 15 minutes. Natalie has to be out of the door. So let's just go quickly over the UFC fights.
Okay. Are we skipping the Drickus thing?
We can talk about that and then get into the fights because there's only a handful of interesting ones, right?
There's only really
so
one.
then let's just do this because this was one of the biggest things of it, and then talk about the headlining fight. Then we can talk about Colby and wrap it up.
Okay. Do you want to read it the way you wrote it since I haven't read this? Like,
sure, I can write it. Okay. Now let's talk about UFC.
Fights were last night.
There was no cut in between the last segment and this one. We're just getting straight into it.
Kobe versus Leon. Something happened there.
But the biggest thing I think from the night was UFC fighter Sean Strickland. Wow. UFC fighters Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis have all-out brawl in the stands during UFC 296.
Yep.
So the UFC middleweight champ, Sean Strickland, attacked his future opponent in the crowd at the T-Mobile Arena. He jumped over some seats to get into this brawl with him.
Quickly. Before he left, there was another fighter's children and wife sitting between them.
I'm going to get to this. So, how do you say it? Dricus du Plessis?
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah, so Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland are set to fight for UFC 297. So they had a press conference recently before UFC 296 took place, and they got into a little bit of a debate. Yeah, and they're throwing some jabs back and forth. I think Dricus took it a little far, where it kind of riled Sean up, and you could see it in the video. Dricus said to him, he said, quote, You think your dad beat the shit out of you? Your dad doesn't have shit on me. Every childhood memory you have is going to come back when I'm in there with you.
Yeah.
Sean didn't react too kindly to that during the press conference.
No.
Threw a water bottle at Drakus, hit him in the face. What was it?
He was just
He threw
angry.
something at him.
He didn't throw anything.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up.
It's okay.
Sean didn't take too kindly to that. He got very upset.
He didn't really have a rebuttal. He
No,
was just kind
he
of
just
sitting
got
there like
mad and started
cussing and
cussing at
angry.
him.
Yeah.
So then, fast forward to the actual event of UFC 296. They're both there.
Yep.
The camera cuts to both of them to try and start promoting their fight. And they both stand up. They're like, yeah, I'm the big guy. And then Sean turns around and points a gun at Drakus and pretends to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
After that, Sean's going to sit back down. Drakus is still talking shit. And Sean is already on edge after the dad comment.
Yeah.
So he decided that he's going to throw fists. But the best part about it is that Gilbert Burns' family was in between the two of them.
Yep.
So then he kindly goes, hey, guys, excuse me. Can you move for a second? And then there's a brief pause where they get out of the way. And then he just starts throwing fucking
Elbows.
fists. He just throws
12 to 6.
12 to 6 elbows, just beating the nigga down.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster.
Here's the thing. I don't understand why Sean reacted the way he did. Like, I get it because it's Sean and he's just fucking violent, but he makes fun of people and he takes it too far all the time. For him to get so butthurt over a comment about his dad, he had to know it was coming.
Yeah.
And during that press conference before the fights, he said something to Sugar Sean O'Malley,
Uh-huh.
and Sean O'Malley just turned to him and was like, yeah, that's why your dad fucked you.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
So he kind of like had that comment happen first.
Yeah.
And then the Duplessis comment happened after that.
Uh-huh.
And I think he had just heard enough about his dad, and
Yeah,
it
so he's
genuinely
on edge.
bothered him, which is, I guess it's cool. He wears his heart on his sleeve, but if you dish it out, I think you should be able to take it a little better.
Yeah, I agree.
And he went on, so the fight happened as you described, and he was just elbowing him, and then security broke it up.
Didn't Dana get in there and break it up also?
No,
Oh.
no. I don't think Dana was sitting next to the president, so he was kind of in a slightly different, or the last president, sorry. He's my president. I'm kidding. So anyways, so Dana was sitting somewhere else, but Dana took responsibility for this because he does the seating, and he somehow fucking neglected to see that he put these two next to each other after the press conference they just had. Smell.
But yeah, usually their cameras are cut. They're in two different areas.
Yeah.
This time they're both in the same camera shot, one directly behind the other.
Yep.
It makes sense. It was intentional. Dana's
You think
lying
so?
for sure.
I don't think they were in on it though. It was clearly like,
Yeah, Dana
just
was just set it
stirred
up,
a
and
pot.
it worked out. And he's like, "Oh darn, no, don't fight. Go. Yeah, money in my pocket."
So, dude, which was crazy. They broke him up. Sean just immediately left, and then Drakus
He got
stayed.
escorted
and-
out,
yeah.
didn't he?
So that was that, but it was a week of people crossing the line.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other. So the fight that night that they were actually attending, it was between Kobe Covington and Leon Edwards.
Yep.
The rest of the card was all right, but really, like, the main event is kind of what anybody, well, definitely me, cared about. And the press conference before the fights, Kobe, they were dressed up as like a founding father.
Yeah. I saw
Just
that.
ridiculous. And he starts talking about, he was trying to say the seventh layer of hell, and he stuttered and said the seventh layer of hair. And then he like corrected himself, and he was like the seventh layer of hell, which is, and we can say what's up to your dad. So to give context, Leon Edwards' dad, when Leon was 13, was murdered and killed. So Kobe was talking about his fucking dad being in hell. Crossing the line, in my opinion.
Yeah. So lay it out perfectly for people that didn't see it.
Yeah.
They were in the press conference talking back and forth.
Yeah.
Colby was trying to give whatever line that he's trying to deliver, what his shtick is, and he stuttered in the middle of that line, trying
Yep.
to tell Leon that when they're in the cage together, he's going to take him to the seventh layer of hell.
Yeah, yeah.
To which he said the seventh layer of hair. Stuttered. I know that feeling. When you're in the middle of a good insult and you stutter, it's the worst thing in the world.
Dude, it's
So
over.
then that's when he said, "We'll go and see your dad there." To which Leon threw a water bottle and hit him in the face.
Yes, landed and then got up.
Yeah,
and
and they
security
both
was
stood
there,
up.
and Kobe got up right away too, and they broke him up.
But I noticed in that clip, like if you watch it back, Colby's smiling in it, but you can see his face in like I fucked up, like that was too much, but I'm already playing this part. I have to stick with it.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Leon is not playing around at all.
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
Like how far is too far?
Yeah.
I think it's not even like this isn't a regular sport. You're definitely going in there to try to kill each other. If there was no ref there, that choke or that ground and pound, that's ending someone's life. So it's a lot more serious of a sport, and any mental edge you can get on someone to throw them off their game, I get it in that way, but I think it was crossing the line.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can do it with
What?
watch your
Sound?
fucking can.
Oh. Is that loud?
You're always ruining the production. I think that you can talk shit in the UFC with taste. It can still be funny. You can still go hard, but there's certain things that are a bad look more so for you than it is for your opponent.
Yeah.
So I think Conor was really great at that, where all the stuff that he said, he's talking shit, but a lot of it was funny.
Yeah.
I'll come to your favela on horseback. Kill everybody not fit to work.
Terrible Irish accent.
I know. I'm not good at that because I'm not a potato eating bitch.
Whoa.
He can't beat me up.
Yeah, you're not an old guy at a bar.
But doing that, because everyone knows that Colby has a stick of being like a douchebag, mega America, fucking hot chicks in car. Like that's the way that he presents himself, and he did that as a means to stay in the UFC.
Yeah.
So I respect holding that stick.
Yeah.
But there's got to be more nuance to it. It all seems to be one speed, and the issue is you went too far. You realize that you went too far. You can't break out of the character, even if that's not how you are. And you know, like as a regular person, you're like, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
You can't take it back. Then the fight happens. He ends up getting dominated. Correct?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the fight, so
so what happened was Leon.
Time out. We have 5 minutes. Go.
Okay.
Go.
Leon pressured him the whole fight, outstruck him, outgrappled him. The only time Leon was like even in a compromised position was towards the end of the 5th round. And it wasn't like he was about to lose. It was just Kobe was on top in the grappling that Leon engaged in because he was winning in the grappling too.
Yeah.
So Leon dominated pretty much the whole fight. And Kobe honestly looked kind of old and slow. So that all happened. The fight ended. Kobe just in his post-fight speech like doubled down on Trump and MAGA and everything. Leon in his post-fight speech talked about how he had so much anger after what Kobe said he cried backstage after the press conference. I just think it was a fucked up. There's no need for that. There's other ways to get into someone's head. And at the press conference, the post-fight press conference, Kobe was asked like, "Do you regret?" And he just fully doubled down and called his dad a criminal.
Yeah. Colby has really set himself up for failure. Yeah. Because people already didn't like him, and even whether you know the shtick or not, he just comes off as not likable just based on the character. The character to me is not even good. Like Conor kind of played a character also, but his was entertaining in a fun way.
Yeah,
Colby's is just like prodding and being a piece of shit,
actual
heel
piece of shit,
the whole time, and the issue is because he doesn't have it's all one speed. He hasn't figured out a way to change the perception of it because once he lost, then he's talking about Donald Trump and make America great again, all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, I don't know if you saw the clip, was walking out in the middle of his speech while he's talking about how great Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
So even the nigga that you're hyping up doesn't give a fuck because you lost and you're not it's just a completely bad look for him.
And I agree with you, we're on the same page, but my last little rebuttal to that is during the press conference when he said what he said, pay-per-view pre-buys went up by 25%.
All right.
Yeah. So even though it was bad, it actually lined Leon's pockets because he's the champ, pay-per-view points,
but
money.
Leon needs to be better at hyping up the fight too, but also I'd rather take less money than fucking.
There's limits here.
Yeah. Anyway, that is our freaking show, man.
Please like, subscribe, and comment.
And show up, man. Be here for us. We're here for you every week.
I just want to see somebody.
We skip some weeks, but we're here most of the weeks.
Hey, are you there?
Hello?
Anyone?
Bye.
All right.